Good morning. It's Monday, July 13th, and we have a week and a half of class left. This will be a long week and a half, and you have a lot to do in this week and a half. Class, as always, will be here. Click at this link on Wednesday or Friday at 9 a.m. This week you have your last chapter test on the special senses, and that is due the 19th. Lab 7 is due the 15th. That would be Wednesday. And Lab 8 is due the 20th, which I believe is Monday. Yes. Then your lab final is due the 21st. And that lab final will cover labs 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then your your lecture final will be due the 22nd. I have to have more time to grade the lab final. That's why it's due on the 21st. I have to turn in my grades on the morning of the 23rd. So I do need time to grade that lab final, and that is why it is due on Tuesday. So here are all the things that you need to do. I want to start your minds working on the final right now. The best thing to do would be to begin studying for your lecture final. It's worth quite a bit of your grade. At this point, you should trust yourself. At this point, you shouldn't be getting it back into the textbook unless you hit a topic you don't remember. Most of my students over the years get a grade on their lecture final that is quite similar to the grades they're getting on their tests throughout the term. And so you know if you've been studying well. This is a difficult class, and you've learned how to study for a difficult class. And if you've been conscientious all term, you really shouldn't worry. You just need to prepare. You would like to prepare by getting out certain documents. So start with Chapter 1. Get out your outline. Get out your things to know. Get out any flashcards you've written for that chapter, and get out any notes you've taken on the narrated PowerPoints or on any videos or on the textbook. So start by going over your notes. Possibly use one particular color to highlight things that you don't know. You will know and remember most of Chapter 1. So you don't want to highlight all the things you know, just highlight those things you don't know. If it's a flashcard and you don't know it, put it in one pile. If you know it, put it in another pile and don't ever look at it again. So don't keep spending time reviewing things you already know. Put those down once you've learned them and just study the things you don't know. Once you've gone over all the information for Chapter 1, which may take an hour and a half, you should have a few items that you don't know that you may need to go into the textbook for, to review those things. Once you finish reviewing Chapter 1, put it away and start working on Chapter 2. You don't want to cram all this into one day before the final. That won't be successful. You need to be getting your sleep. You need to be getting exercise to reduce your stress. You need to be eating well, and you need to stay healthy. So those are things that will help you be successful on your final, as well as starting to study for it early. One last thing, the instructor survey. Every year, every term, a survey is put out that you need to fill out for your instructor. These surveys are useful to me if they help me improve. So when you have something to tell me that would help me, please tell me. I am always struggling to improve what I do and how I present things. So your help would be appreciated on that. Text me or email me if you have any questions. We can set up review sessions for the final, for the lab final, for the lecture final, whatever you need. I can set those up on the weekend. I don't mind working on the weekend. So just let me know what you need to be successful at the end of this term. Good luck with your studies and have a good week.